So this is supposed to be an American teenager, young person. Obviously, 2002, and still today, I imagine. American suburban teenagers were much richer than the English ones. He's got his desktop computer at home. Imaginary email client. Or imagine because of who their sponsor is, then they don't want to show the competitors, so they're showing a generic pretend email client. But email was obviously around for a long time before that in academia and the military and the government and stuff, but spreading still in the home market still at this point. And so he's sending an email, the cool technology of the time, or receiving an email. And then he gets out this is where the ad is. So he's seen an email on his desktop computer, and he has the same email on his mobile personal communicator device thing. This is the Motorola time port. I say American teenagers were richer, so they maybe could have afforded it. I don't know. I don't think an English teenager could have afforded this device. There's a Motorola time port P35 personal interactive communicator. Plot makes no sense in the sense that he's already seen the email, but he reads it again from the mobile device. It's kind of saying, hey, look, everything you can do on that computer, you can do on our mobile device. So it had a QWERTY keyboard, rather cool. It was $400. It was a lot of money back then. $400 was a lot of money. I mean, in Britain there was a bit of a tech markup, so if this was $399 or $400, it probably would have been 500 quid in Britain. If you're a teenager with $400, where I come from, 400 quid, you'd have 500 quid, you'd have spent it on a second-hand car. You could have got like a 10-year-old car, like a 10-year-old Ford Fiesta, like one of these. For the same price as that. For the same price as this, you could have gotten that. I'm not sure how accessible this was to teenagers. But I mean, how cool is this thing? It's so cool. Quite keyboard. It came in black and silver. But also they gave the record company some money to put it in their music video. I mean, the networks weren't really up to it and the add-on fees, but I'm still waiting for the cool pocket computer to exist. The smartphone is a bit of an appliance. It's not a cool computer. But these things were a bit ahead of themselves, but they were pretty cool. Okay, so this is 2002. This was the music. I think this maybe only got to Britain in 2003, not sure. This kind of early 2000s. Kind of got involved with people who would be making C apps, classic C apps, and so I'd make the prototype in another language, and then it would get rewritten in C. So after a few other various things, I got involved in Python, and I would write the app in Python, and then would rewrite it in C. And then once computers got a bit more advanced than these ones, the clients were just happy to ship the prototype. Doing everything on the server side didn't have to be tremendously efficient, so shipping was more important, so Python kind of took over that way. But I tried to keep my C skills up. Yeah, I've done some other C projects as well in terms of like hardware support, and I try to keep my C skills up even though 100% of my income comes from Python, JavaScript, etc. Classic C has been also long replaced by C++ for a lot of cases. The versions of one language, because even if in Classic C you end up picking an ecosystem, so it's not like Python where everybody's kind of in the same ecosystem, whereas even Python now has become specialized. So I still like to consider myself I could do anything in Python, but it's been specialized into I'm a machine learning expert, or I'm a Flask expert, or I'm a Django expert, or I'm a async. It's got split into loads of different things, but really it is a transferable skill set. And with C and C++ are kind of, in my mind, they're kind of the same. Even though, as I say, they have these different ecosystems, but because Classic C has its own sub-ecosystems, so if you're writing C for Microsoft, you have a load of Microsoft stuff, and if you're, on Mac, they have the Objective-C, so it's kind of like C++ is one of those, basically. Even though in some respects it's not a pure superset of C, but it essentially is.